seems like it's all coming together, guys. The coaching staff has gotten through to the players. Everybody is buying in, and it's a wonderful thing when the entire roster is on the same page.
It sure is, Greg. I mean, you've been on teams like that where everything is running smoothly. We knew that was the potential of this team, but they're living up to it and performing at a remarkably high level.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. On the court for the Bucks, we've got Antetokounmpo, Mayo out there with Tony Roten. Then it's Sanders, and it's Monroe in at the 4 spot. Mayo kicks to Sanders. And Antetokounmpo with the basket on the assist from Sanders. Antetokounmpo's got his first bucket in this one. For the New York Knicks, they come in off a good outing against the Raptors in Toronto.
And if you look at the numbers, guys, I mean, what jumps out at you is the balance they had offensively.
Very satisfying road win because you're right. There was tremendous balance displayed. I mean, the crowd was basically stunned at how they were able to dismantle that defense.
Here's Roten following the basket by Freak. Roten kicks to Monroe. Roten the pass to Monroe. Just 5 on the clock. Sanders. It's rebounded by Porzingis.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
And stolen by Mayo. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And great.
And really, he epitomizes what a point. Guard should be. I mean, his skill as a passer might actually be matched by that creativity he shows around the rim.
Well, judging by that jam, Greg, I'd say you're absolutely right.
Boy, that's a nice surge for them just when they needed it in a game that was so tight.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Kia. Good stuff on that Kia Slam Cam. He kicks to Sanders. Passes it to Roten. Makes no mistake on the open jump shot.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
This is to George. Some nice passing by New York here. 6 to shoot. To the paint, poke loose. Anthony drives in, and the rejection by Sanders. And then Thomas with the dunk. Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Roten kicks to Sanders. They double him with George. Monroe dishes to Sanders. Monroe, no good. The Knicks leading by 3. 3 on 3. It's stolen by Mayo. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. That one goes. Count it. Knicks have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field to start out the game. And George, here we go. And the rejection by Sanders. And it's out of bounds for the Knicks as New York retains possession. Markers checked in for Larry Sanders.
Into the lineup for the Bucks.
That'll be a 5-second call.
Taking a look here at numbers for Anthony. How his last 10 games have gone. 3rd in field goal percentage, and he's among the 20 players in three-point field goal percentage. He has been locked and loaded from beyond.
And, you know, that's an impressive accomplishment. He just refuses to take bad shots. That's why he's one of the best in field goal percentage.
That's tipped. He feeds it to George. Beyond the arc. George missing again. The Bucks train. Parker inside. No one near Mayo as he lets it go. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. We'll go to Dorisburg, who spoke with head coach Jason Kidd. Doris, what's the news there?
He said a big part of this game will depend on how well they can slow down Carmelo Anthony. He added with his size and shooting ability, he can score inside and out. We're going to try a couple different coverages and show him different looks over the course of the game to try to keep him off balance. And guys, I guess we'll see how it works. Back to you.
And as always, Doris, thank you. No good from Lamb. For Milwaukee, they've gone 6 of 10 from the field in this ballgame. Here's Parker. It's rebounded by New York. And this is the first season matchup for them against this Milwaukee team.
And two teams fighting for the playoffs last season, but head-to-head wasn't close. They got swept in the season series.
And, you know, Fred, in much the same situation this season, these are the games that take on such magnitude. I mean, not just for payback, but for playoff season. These teams are really fighting for the same thing.
And here are the top free throw shooting teams this month. You don't want to put these guys in Milwaukee too often. Number 1, the Knicks.
And they've had a lot of success at the free throw line, converting those at a high level. So I look for them to continue to attack the rim.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Hill, he's checked in for Monroe. Fareed comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Herrera's subbed in for O.J. Mayo. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Bucks?
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break. Defender a little hesitant to offer resistance as he bursts to the hoop.
Poked away, stolen by George by himself, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
Both teams trading punches back and forth. This thing's like a heavyweight fight.
The momentum swing, really impossible to keep track of. The energy in the building just keeps going back and forth, ebbing and flowing. I'm loving it.
And he stuffs it. What a pass to set him up.
That's how you make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered. The floor is open. Take care of business.
Always an advantage when you can get out in the open floor. You get much better rhythm offensively. And this lead, I think, is headed up. Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Anthony left side. And again,
He presents a defender with a serious challenge, always.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Got a piece of it. Stolen by George. And stolen by Roden. Fareed, no good.
Well, he gets it in close, but you have to credit that stifling defense for forcing the miss.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, defense like that really increases the degree of difficulty on that shot by a large amount. And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now.
Clark, there is a swagger out here on the court that they possess and are not afraid. And now the second quarter just getting set to start. What do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Knicks?
You know, guys, we've really seen them do a lot of damage in the paint so far.
And also defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight, and that also builds confidence and gives you momentum.
Sure, he's in at point guard. Also Jeremy Lamb out there. Anthony out there with Alex Wen. They're the group. New York will start the second. George passes to Anthony. A three-pointer off the mark.
You know, 9 times out of 10, he's going to knock that one down. He'll spray that one on him.
Antetokounmpo with the ball. Now Anthony defending. Antetokounmpo against Anthony. The 9-foot shot. The shot is off. So New York will take it the other way. They'll be playing host to Miami for the next game. And that game is the second of 2 straight at home. Outside, George. On the top of the key. That doesn't go either for George.
Right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
Here's Herrera. Currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Here's Fareed. It's all in by George. The Knicks leading by 3. Outside Anthony. Back to George. One falls coming off Anthony's feet. 16 points here for George.
Well, I tell you what, I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders. They're not getting the job done.
That's a great point. 10 of the last 12 points they've allowed have come at the rim.
There's the pick. Outside Mayo. Here's the 3. And he gets it to go. Mayo's got 9 points.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
From the sideline, let's catch up with Doris Burke.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Raptors delivered quite a performance. He ended up with 50 points, and he was his usual self on the defensive end, providing a bunch of steals. Absolutely amazing numbers from him in what was truly a memorable performance for him and for us, Kevin.
Great job, Doris. Thank you, guys. It's going to be very interesting to see if he can stay in a role like that tonight.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes those hot streaks can last for days, and I'm sure they'll be feeding him the basketball, hoping he's still got that mojo working.
Well, they ought to. I mean, when you got a thoroughbred like him, I think you got to ride him for as long as he'll carry you.
New York's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Got a piece of it. The kick out to Mayo. To the wing on the left. Anthony against Parker. Puts it up from 12. And no good. Trying to use the glass.
Defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
He was all alone on that one. 8 points for Carmelo Anthony.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make them pay.
Here's Parker, and the layup's good off the glass.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
And Clark, it's a strategy that has served them well during the course of this first half.
Knicks fans, these are your Knicks City Dancers. Go on and give it up.
A chance here to see where the Bucks currently sit in the NBA statistically. 4th in steals, 6th in assists, and they're in the top 10 in rebounding. This is a team that does a good job getting on the glass.
And that ranking in the steals category, airtight perimeter defense, is one of the things that makes this team go. Their aggressiveness, for me, sets them apart.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. Sanders checked in for Reed. Monroe comes in for Parker. And it's Tony Roten in for Herrera. Thomas's shot is off. The Milwaukee Bucks, they won their last contest, that game against Cleveland.
And they tailored a fantastic, I thought, offensive game plan. And that went, I mean, they knew exactly how to exploit the holes in that defense.
And exploit them they did. I mean, they exposed them tremendously. They kept so much pressure on the defenders over the course of that game that the defense really never had an answer.
Roten kicks to Monroe. Always going up for the alley-oop here. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo. And he's able to get it back. And he gets it to go. Turner's got the lead up to 5 now for the Knicks.
And the rebound and the follow show you what he is all about. Gritty and determined with the soft touch to match.
And the foul called on Freak. That is his first foul of the game. Martin's checked in for Jeremy Lamb. Out of bounds, New York takes possession.
And a moment here to look at some of the stats for Mayo. He's averaging 11 points a game, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds. And the numbers won't wow you, but I like the effort he brings to the table each and every night.
Yeah, great hustle. Does all the little things. Just a good complimentary guy to have on your team.
They get the rebound. Outside, George, and he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call. And how about a look now at the top rebounding small forwards in the NBA during the past month? Third is Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And maybe they're not the biggest or strongest players in the front court, but that hasn't limited their ability to get in there and mix it up and come up with a lot of rebounds night in and night out.
I think you've got to look at their athleticism. I mean, they make up for all the size and bulk they give away to the post specialists. And really, that's how they're able to compete in there. Athleticism gives them an edge.
Pass to Roten. He's looking for Monroe and finds him. Shoots from 12, and that one's good. 1:44 left to play here in the second quarter. And George kicks to Thomas. Outside, George. Out left to the wing. Here's Barton, guarded by Mayo. And George with the stop.
Phenomenal alley-oop slam right there, guys.
They're taking advantage, Clark, of a team that looks lost out there.
Guys, this one is threatening to get really ugly.
Monroe dishes to Roten. Nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup. Roten's got 8 points.
You know, he didn't need to make the layup complicated. I mean, it's not a trick shot contest. He decided to go for a little extra flavor on that one.
Pass to Turner for the 3. Milwaukee with the rebound.
That's a look you cannot pass up. It's also one you shouldn't miss.
Monroe outside. Antetokounmpo kicks to Roten. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. Roten's got the game tied up here for the Bucks. Outside, George. And it's George again missing.
This touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Roten with it. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against Cleveland.
And how about the extraordinary display of his passing in that game? He was making all the right decisions and had their offense humming.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George. The Bucks making a switch here. Now Roten. There's the pass to Monroe. Puts up the baby hook and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. This is his first trip to the line tonight.
And up to this point on the season, he's set a pace of right around 73% when he gets to the line.
And so Monroe nails both of them. And a pretty tightly contested. Sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game.
Take a look at what Shake and Bake's been cooking. 18 points and 7 big steals, too. He's given them a lot with his passing and with his defensive work.
How about the activity of those hands here today?
Getting underway in the second half. Here's the 5 for Jason Kidd. Tony Roten out there with Mayo. Then there's Sanders. Then there's Monroe. And it's Antetokounmpo into the 3-6. Anthony left side. Takes it from 10. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. Anthony's got 10 points. Roten, defended by George. Pulled loose, stolen by George. Jumps up, and down it goes, jamming that one home.
How about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
We've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
That Kia Slam Cam replay really gave you a good look at the action.
That's some more rugged play from them inside. And a decent edge and rebound thus far.
And all that hard work on the boards needs to continue because that potentially may swing the game.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
You know, there's been some improvement in his free throw shooting this year. His percentage has taken a little jump compared to last season.
And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Roten. And Sanders kicks to Monroe. They double him with George. Stolen by George. And now here's George, the fast break opportunity.
Oh, my God.
Mayo, the pass to Roten. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. And it's Antetokounmpo, penetrated. Good. On to Tacumbo's got his second bucket of